Hi there, and welcome to Titan. Today, we're going to be looking at a real life use case from a customer of ours who was facing a couple of issues. First off, they were in the medical industry and they had no way to pre fill data securely for their patients when they wanted them to fill out forms and work through some diagnostic information. And what they did is they used Titan, which gave them bidirectional integration that allowed them to bring data safely from Salesforce and send it back to Salesforce in any way that they want to update it. The second thing is that they needed a HIPAA compliant vendor. And HIPAA compliancy is a very important regulation in the US for patient data. So if you're in the medical industry, you need to be HIPAA compliant. So Titan provides a HIPAA compliant solution. And that with Salesforce Shield is a great way to be able to bring data from Salesforce and push data to Salesforce and always keep it within the bounds of HIPAA compliancy. And one of the reasons is because Titan never stores any data on its platform. It's always being stored in your Salesforce. The other thing that they needed was document generation for reviews. They need to be able to review documents at the end with all the information that was put into the form. And they were not able to do that without Titan because Titan provides a fully integrated document generation solution that can create the documents from the web project, like you're going to see in a second, or from Salesforce. So let's jump in and take a look. So this is the way the actual project looks. It's pretty straightforward. It's just a form here, and it's going to collect some information. It's going to pre-fill data on the patient from Salesforce, and then collect some information. And then when we get over here to submit, we're going to have here the ability to actually generate a document. And everything here was built with our drag and drop tools that we provide. So all of the elements, all of the design was done here without any coding whatsoever. So let's jump over to Salesforce and see how this process starts. So here we have a custom object called pathology request. And this is a custom object that our client made. And in it, there is a pathology request name. So this person has gone through some sort of process with us. And we've collected some data on them, and they're in a certain cycle. And there's connected to a donor and a requesting clinic, all these different objects converging on this one pathology request. And what it does here is it gives you a URL to a form that will actually pre-fill data and then relate it back to this person. So one thing very important to note here is that the URL here is completely secure because it takes the record ID from Salesforce and it encrypts it. As you can see here, it actually we have Salesforce encrypting the record ID and then putting it inside of this URL, so it is completely secure and does not pass any record IDs in the URL because that would be a major violation of patient security and would not be HIPAA compliant. So let's go ahead and click on this URL. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and this can be emailed out to your user automatically using Flow inside of Salesforce. And now what you see here is a form. It pre-fills data. I cannot change the data in these fields, so we made them read only. But what I can change is this information. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to fill this out. And I'll just put in some test data here. And we'll do the other thing for the right side. And put that in there too. And the average is 6. And let's click submit. So now what's going to happen is we're going to get a message saying that, okay, your document has been uploaded to Salesforce, and we're going to actually get a document that we can now, as the patient, review, print out, email to ourselves, download, whatever we'd like. And as you can see, this document is completely dynamic. It's bringing data from Salesforce, like the information we saw at the top of the form. And if you come down here, it's bringing all of that test information that I put in there. Now, one of the things that's great here is that because we save this information in the document, you don't necessarily need to commit all of these individual data points to Salesforce because we also saved the document to Salesforce and we got a signature there. So let me show you in Salesforce, if I go to the related part of the record, then what we'll see here is actually this document being saved to Salesforce. So we have the full record of everything that happened here. So here's our document, and that's what I like to call an end-to-end use case done with Titan, a way for your end users, your patients, your customers, your volunteers, whoever is outside of your Salesforce system to be able to interact with Salesforce in a way that makes sense for your business. So if you're interested in learning more, come check out a demo today.